Hey guys, how are you guys doing? God bless. Stephy Young here. 38 years old, very strong Christian believer. Video game creator, designer. I've been trying anyway. Composer, former composer anyway. I'm trying my best to get back into this FL studio right now. I'm doing something you see how I have a lot of notes selected now? That's Control C, Control V, and then what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna get Control down. I'm gonna see how this sounds. If this sounds bad, this didn't work. It sounds good for now. Sorry it's so loud. Anyway, guys, sorry if this is loud. I pressed the space bar so it would stop playing. Yeah, I just had to look up how to. I forgot how to transpose a selection. I just copied and pasted. I know how to select the whole row of notes. What I did, I just changed the lullaby instrument into a harp, and I decided to copy the song Lullaby, Tokala and Lullaby. By the way, Tokala. Yeah, I keep forgetting to tell you guys. For some reason, my screen lock button is on. I don't even know what screen lock even does, to be honest. Yeah, if you don't know, years ago, see, I'm using a project in a FL Studio that I had already started on. It was called Lullaby Piano. I'm gonna save this as. Now I'm gonna save this as. Save as. Lullaby strings and harp. Yeah, I used to be a composer. I used to compose songs like this. This is a song I composed. It was meant to be another version of another song I had composed. Cause the other song I had composed was a cover for a song that already existed. I wanted to make a different version that was different melody and everything. Yeah, Elder Scrolls Online. When you're in the High Rock area, I played this song. And I made a song called Elder Scrolls Online Lullaby, or High Rock Lullaby. And it was a completely different melody, so I had to change the melody around completely. Make my own little melody for Project Tokala, because I wanted to make this lullaby for Project Tokala, which is the ongoing allegorical fantasy role-playing game project, video game project that I started so many years ago. I probably first envisioned it probably in 2010. I guess it'll be so many years ago. Because it's 2026. It's 16 years ago. And it seems like a pretty fair amount of years. Yeah, my composing days, I used to play piano. Yeah, I was playing the piano in my high school days, making up melodies, and in the 2000s, early 2000s through late 2000s. I mean, not late 2000s. Not until about 2010. I mean, I stopped playing piano, I guess, around 2010-ish. That's when I was hand sequencing notes on the piano, or on the piano roll in FL Studio, basically. Because I got lazy. Stopped wanting to. I mean, I never learned piano anyway. All the piano I played was just from memory. Like you have a song that I was playing, God Bless the Broken Road. That was just patterns that I had remembered playing, patterns that I made up, and I tried to make it sound similar to the patterns in the original song. I used to be good at that kind of thing, playing by ear, random patterns and stuff. I played the songs from like Full Metal Alchemist and stuff. I loved the music in that show. And I even a song that I liked from Naruto. I used to like watching the late night cartoons on Cartoon Network, the anime and stuff. Most of them I couldn't get into, but absolutely adored Full Metal Alchemist. It was my favorite. I bought all the DVDs or whatever, and the movie. I loved the movie. That had beautiful music in it too. I always loved composing music and playing music. Music is a huge part of my life. I was harmonizing at an early age. Even though I never learned music never went to college or university to study music. It's always just been a natural, ingrained sort of a part of me. Anyway, that's the part I wanted to contribute to Realms of Tokala. And a lot of composers even though some of them I hadn't heard, a lot of them I hadn't heard when I was first making my own music. A lot of movie composers, John Williams, James Horner, and my personal favorite was Thomas Newman. I liked his dark sounding music. I like dark sounding music for some reason. I like Thomas Newman's like the only one who uses the strange Orlidian scale that I heard from Rick Beato, who's a musician, music professor in Atlanta, or somewhere in Georgia anyway. He was making a video about the Orlidian scale, and I like interesting scales. My favorite is the modified, I think it's the modified pentatonic scale. It's my favorite kind of scale. It has a darker sound to it. So I just I asked Google how to transpose notes down an octave. Yeah, I know that shift, the down arrow, transposes it down one note. But to transpose it a whole octave down, you gotta press control and down arrow, control down arrow. So I just didn't like how high this was. I wanted a fuller sound. So this sounds a little bit better. It's like a harp and strings combined, playing the same melody, because I can't really compose new melodies with all the strokes that I've had. Put it in the video description, but we're looking for people to help us out in our project. I gotta be careful with the attack, because it's already slow strings. Maybe you should take the harp off completely. Or cut it at least. think I got it to where it sounds more acceptable. I used to be able to use all the, had all the good software programs that I added, modified FL Studio as a virtual instrument. The East West Quantum Leap, they're my favorites. I used to mess with all the cool instruments they had, the standard symphonic instruments, and I also got the East West symphonic choirs. I found that one. Yeah, I found that my friend couldn't find it. I found it for him somewhere, some file sharing site somewhere. Because I was really good at, I used to be good at finding stuff. I used to find stuff my friends never could find. Like songs that they wanted to hear, like for movies, that songs that you can't just find anywhere on the internet. You really gotta be specific, look particular places. I used to be good at finding songs for my friends, and programs for my friends, and movies for my friends. Like obscure foreign films. I was able to find some of those for my friends online. Yeah, I was really good at finding things. I called myself the Google sleuth. But anyway, I make these videos. I keep getting sidetracked because my mind can't concentrate on anything anymore. It's a side effect of having all the massive strokes in 2019, especially. I had the minor stroke in 2016, which affected my right hand, but I was left-handed, so that one didn't really affect me that much because I was left-handed. I used to be good at artwork, painting, drawing, digital art, semi-realistic digital artwork. My favorite subject was video games. I drew a picture of Skyrim before I actually played the game. I drew a picture of what I thought my hero character, my Dragonborn, would look like. Yeah, I'd read that they called Alduin the dragon, the World Eater, so I named the picture I drew the World Eater versus Dovahkiin. And I drew a picture of what what I wanted my Dovahkiin to look like, even though I had not seen Alduin. I had not played the game yet. So Alduin, he kind of looked like a lot of people said he looked very bird-like, like a big giant black crow or something. So, but that's Skyrim's fault, because they made their dragons look like birds. Dragons are supposed to have 2 legs in the front, 2 legs in the back, and wings on the back. The only game that had real dragons that I played in recent years is Dragon's Dogma. They have real dragons with the wings on the back, and they have four limbs and back limbs, and a tail. But Skyrim's dragons are wyverns. I've also seen a lot of that in movies, Hollywood movies these days, wyverns, because they're too lazy, I guess, to add 4 limbs and back limbs and wings on the back. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. Realms of Tokala. Tokala means fox in Native American names. I mean, it's a word that I made up, but I like to look up what words that I make up mean, in case they mean something bad in some other language. Like, this word sounds good, Tokala. And I find out it means fox in Native American names. Like, that's perfect. I love foxes. They're one of my favorite. Probably after felines, foxes are probably my second favorite kind of animal. They're probably the only member of the canine family that I really like. I've never been a dog person. But I like foxes. Even though they have a loud shriek, like a bark, kinda, they're scary, but they scream. What does the fox say? It screams. I wanted to make the game, since I do love foxes, I wanted to make the game like a Chronicles of Narnia type game. I love deep, rich fantasy type environments and like drawing them, painting them. And this one, I wanted it to be like Chronicles of Narnia, because Chronicles of Narnia is an allegory, like Pilgrim's Progress, all the Middle Earth things, which means it's related to the Christian Bible. In this case, allegories are related to religious texts. In this case, it's the Christian Bible. And Aslan the lion, he represented Jesus. And the god character in this one is a fox god named Tokus. And the hero character, I guess like Dragonborn, or the heroes in the Fable games. Speaking of Fable, and I like the music in those games too. The composer is incredibly talented, Russell Shaw. I draw inspiration from his soundtracks also. Like I said, I'm inspired by so many different composers. I like Jeremy Soul's music. One of my songs, or actually a couple of my songs for Tokala, were inspired by his nighttime music for Skyrim. He had two of my songs partly inspired by his nighttime music in Skyrim. Because it's so majestic sounding. But I'm looking for people to help us. If you're a composer and want to help us, that would be great. Because I lost all my composition skills. I bought myself a rare Middle Eastern instrument that is one of my favorite instruments. I was gonna buy myself an oboe, but they're like thousands of dollars for the cheapest ones. I found myself a handmade Armenian duduk, which makes that haunting sound you hear in a lot of movies and game soundtracks. But I still can't play it. Not just because I lost my left hand, but I don't have any breath control. I can barely make a sound. I can make a sound, but it's just a squeak. I can't actually. I don't know if I have the reed not attached to it very well or something, but anyway, I'm looking for people. If you're an artist, if you can make 2D, 3D artwork, 3D models, You can rig, animate 3D models. I made 3D models. I rigged and animated them, but I didn't do any facial rigging or anything. I didn't 3D model stuff like teeth and eyeballs. I mean, I did eyeballs for one of the characters, but I was just too lazy to make facial rigging. I just did the basic walk, run, jump, spell casting, and idle pose animations. That's what I did and I made a 3D fern that I animated the static animation of it, just like kind of moving very slightly. And I made a animation for when the player makes their character step on the fern, it pushes it down. Yeah, I noticed that from games that pay attention to details like that, like Fable games. But certain online games that I played, like Age of Conan and Black Desert, do the same thing. You walk through the plants and they move out of your way, basically. I wanted a game that was focused on the details like that. I can't really do that stuff really anymore. Not even 3D modeling or anything. I mean, I can probably make 3D models in like Google SketchUp, but I don't remember how to use Blender anymore, so I can't rig and use Rigify to rig this put a skeleton in it, and I can't remember how to add bones. I think you just press K or something, and it adds a bone. Can't remember how to connect the bones or anything like that. I used to be good at just improvising and teaching myself how to do all that stuff. I used to be good at simple, semi-realistic airbrushing type artwork, environmental concept artwork for the game. I used to be good at singing. I used to be good at composition, but I never was good at mixing and mastering any of that really technical stuff. I was never able to do. But this is what I wanted to add to a scene. This song, I wanted to make a flashback scene of one of the main side characters that helps the hero. The hero, by the way, is called a steward. They're an angelic being, and one of the side characters is named Farah Tay. Her mother's name was Lyra Faye. Kind of sounds Irish. And she had a very thick accent. She's the one who invented she was pretty old, ancient. She passed away when she was really old. But there's a flashback of her singing to her daughter, Farah Tay. She was a steward, one of the angelic beings. And she wrote this song for her daughter, telling her not to fear. The world has troubles, but you can get through it. And this is just the melody for it. It goes, hope falls swiftly as our world falls around us now. When troubles fall, courage, stay strong. keep faith, a new day will dawn. Nightmares can't harm you. Let my love keep you. Rest, child, and listen to my song. Keep walking forward, speak words of love and prayers I'll send. Never lose hope, for you fight not alone. You'll find your light in the end. That's the words, but this is the melody. But anyway, hope you like how this sounds, guys. Hope I can make it. I wish I could make it sound better. But I'm not a composer anymore. I used to be okay at doing this stuff. This will be this should be played in a scene where background music in a scene where the mother, Lyra Faye, who was an angelic being, a steward. The story about the stewards, they when they descend to the Earth, the planet, they become mortal. It's all because the original steward, he created evil and death. He created death on their planet, Tokala, as a means of gaining power, but keeping himself immortal by infesting the planet with death and decay. He feeds off of the life power of those the souls, I guess, of the people who are living. I mean, he can't feed on their spirit because their spirit goes one way or the other, up or down, you know. But the soul is part of the body. It's like it's the part in your brain that controls your body. But your spirit kind of coexists with the soul. So it's so he feeds off the souls of people who are living, and And when we die, our spirit lives on eternally. So when I die, my spirit, because I know the truth, my spirit is going to live on indefinitely in heaven. So, that's what we're trying to emphasize in this game. It's a good versus evil. Yeah, the fox god Tokus, who is like Aslan the lion and Jesus. The Good Shepherd in Pilgrim's Progress, and in the Circle trilogy, Ted Dekker. I read that one. That one was good too. The child named Elion. A lot of these names are 5 letters, so I decided to have a 5-letter name like Aslan and Jesus and Elion. So I named him Tokus. Tokis. I was gonna name him Tokus, but I didn't like US. I liked IS better for whatever reason. Even though I named my studio Alterius Studio, Althirius. Also made a anthropomorphic fox people race called the Tokalis race. And my friends helped me brainstorm other races for the game. An amphibious people, dragon people, desert people who were like the humans, basically, of the world. And also an android type race, android people. They're like manufactured people race. But anyway, yeah, we're looking for people who can help us brainstorm stories, help us make more concept art, menu items, and things like that. And, people who can help us with voice acting, brainstorming quests and stories, and maybe helping us write songs. I've been using AI lately to help me with that, and even make more realistic versions of some of the concept art that I created originally for the game. And even my little doodles and stuff. AI is and it's really it hasn't been perfect. Not all the pictures come out perfect. It still thinks my Murtani people have wings, even though they are pretty bird-like. They have talons as feet, and but their spines are like springs. They're very curved, thick, so they can jump really high up and live in treetops. I guess like birds, but they don't fly. They're humanoid also. And I came up with Myrrh because of the Elder Scrolls game, so it's a new name. But, they weren't originally called Murtani. MER-TANY. I was thinking I like we actually, because we live near Memphis now, we went and saw Debussy's La Mer, which means the sea. Like, yes, with the term mermaid came from the sea. So it makes me wonder if all the elves in the Elder Scrolls game came from the sea originally. They have mer in their name. Altmer, Dunmer, Bosmer, Orsimer, Dwemer, Falmer. Yeah, Dwemer and Elder Scrolls, they call them dwarves because there were a lot of giants in Morrowind. Yeah, Morrowind has like giant forests, giant mushrooms and stuff, so they would have had a lot of giants. So the Dwemer, they're not actually dwarves. They're elves, like the other elves that predated the Dunmer. Anyway, I keep getting distracted and I'm tired. I'm gonna export this song. It's gonna take a long time. Anyway, guys, if you can sing or this is probably a long video by now, but we need people who can voice act, sing, write, draw. And even if you can't do any of these things, you have a bank account. Like I don't, because I can't even hold a bank account. I'm so mentally dulled down by all the strokes that I've had. I can't even hold a bank account anymore. I have no common sense, nothing. That's why I use a computer daily to try to keep my mind active. But if you have a bank account, you can start us I don't have any bank account information I could put in for like a fundraising, a GoFundMe or something, a Kickstarter, Indiegogo, any of those crowdfundings. But if you're someone who can do that and want to help us out, please. We need money to we need to raise money to start a new website because our whole website is no more. And we need help if anyone can make 3D, 2D, or 3D assets to put in the game. If anyone can help our developer who's working tirelessly in the Unreal Engine, latest Unreal Engine, to build the game, build lots of new mechanics and stuff. He needs help. I mean, no one can shoulder this alone. I was just looking at a game not too long ago, a game I saw on a memory I posted years ago on Facebook, like in 2015 or so. It was a game. It was in the Cry engine called Memory of the Elderim or something. It looked really good. But I saw that they had given up, and that made me sad. If they would give up. When they were showing so much promise and potential for the game. But they haven't posted any updates or shown any work progress on the game since pretty much they posted the trailer for it those years ago, because no one wants to buy an in progress game for whatever reason. They don't want to contribute towards development of that game. It looked good. It said it would be a game, open world role playing fantasy game like Skyrim and whatnot, with the elements of Dark Souls. People who like that difficult, do the difficult combat and stuff. But they never really did any more work on it. It showed promise. They have it on Steam for only 99 cents, like $1. I was thinking about maybe purchasing it, but we've been so short on money. I like to support struggling businesses, struggling causes, people who are generally struggling financially, or people are giving up because they don't think they can go on with what they're doing. I think it would give them a big boost of confidence if a lot of people were to help them out. Just like it would give us a big boost of confidence if anyone were to help us out, join our team, which is depleted. Most of our members left around probably 2016-ish, I would say, when our website went down. I had to switch it to a Pro Boards forum. I have since lost my moderator account from the account I made to set up the forum. Can't remember what I called myself on there, so I ended up making a new account that I went on there and just posted a few things, a few topics. But if you want to check out our forum, you can. I don't know if it's proboards.com/Project Tokala or what. And we have our Facebook page, our main page. Can't remember all the exact numbers for the group page. But the main page on Facebook is Facebook.com/Project Tokala, I think. But you can check out our work there. But anyway, guys, God bless you. You have a good rest of your day and week. Till next time.